Hello and welcome to the Wargaming Dad. Today I wanted to make a quick video and show you how I made these flying bases for my stormboyz. I have magnetised this one for ease of transport. As you can see, I haven't quite finished the bases at the bottom, but that will all be done when the rest are done. So let's get straight into it and I'll show you the bits that we'll need to get this done. First off, you're going to need your base. Mine came with 25mm bases, so I'm still doing them on them, even though I might eventually move them up to 32, sorry. And you'll need something that will help weigh it down, so what we're going to do is glue one penny on the underneath, and we're also going to glue one on top to help with the weight. You'll also then need a paper clip, like so. This is quite a thick paper clip, which does help, but a normal paper clip will be fine. Need a pair of pliers and some clump foliage. Any colour will be fine. Red would probably be better actually, because it would give a nice glowing effect in the middle, or a yellow. And of course you're going to need some super glue. So let's get started. Of course we don't want to ruin the table, so we're going to put something down underneath just to make sure we don't get no glue or nothing on the table. Starts nice and easy. Put a bit of super glue on the underneath. There we go. Make sure it's not sticking out nowhere. And we're good. We're going to do the same on the top. And then just push it down. Then with the paper clip, you're going to unfold it. It's probably better at the moment just to keep it quite straight and not too bendy. And at the bottom, to help, I've been bending them around. Let's make sure I get it in the camera. And we're just going to make like a little square out of it. And then you're going to bend it up one way like that. And once you've got your little square, you push the bit where it's pointing up into the middle a little bit, like so. It'll mean the weight will be in the middle more. Or if you want to keep it to one side of the base, but I suggest keeping it in the middle. And there you go. You push it down on the table surface, make sure it's nice and flat. And now that is ready to be stuck down. To help it stick down, I normally just get like a bit of paper, because the metal on metal doesn't always want to grip very well, so I just put a bit of glue on there, stick the paper on, make sure it's in the middle, and that will soak through, and then a little bit more glue. You don't need a lot, and then we just stick it on. As you can see, with the bit of paper there, it's stuck really easily. Okay, and I'll let that dry and I'll get back to you. Okay, now that's nearly dry, the next thing we're going to do is get our clump foliage, and we're going to get a nice big bit for the bottom. Like so. and then we're going to just push it down through the middle. Sliding it down and just pushing it down nice and hard. Some of the glue is probably still wet, so that will go into that quite nicely now. You can either have the bits coming off the side if you want to, or you can make it thinner. It's totally up to you. Next stage, add a bit more. Pretty simple. Just keep putting it on. If you look at it around, you think, yeah, that's pretty good. Get a bit of glue. Put it on the metal so it slides down the middle as much as possible. And just gently push it in. As you can see, the super glue will come through and stick to your finger a little bit, giving you the extra bit of greenage on your finger there, which will come off nice and easy, so don't worry. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So we'll get another bit, a little bit smaller each time, so it's getting thinner. Same again. Obviously as it gets smaller, it gets a bit more fiddlier, but don't worry, it all goes on. There you go. And if you think, oh, that bit's there sticking out a little bit, I'm not keen on that bit, you just take a bit off. It's nice and simple. There. Go. That's pretty good, that bit. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the outside, glue it all together. A bit on the stem. There we go. Same again, a bit smaller again. Just keep putting nice bits on. And as you get towards the top, it's obviously going to start to fall apart a little bit, so it will get a little bit messy. You might get a little bit on you, might get a bit of glue, but don't worry. There, and it's as simple as that. As you can see though, we got some of the 2P shown at the bottom. We can either put some gravel on that to match the rest of my army, which has got gravel bases, like a muddy base. But I think we're going to put a little bit more clump foliage over it and try and cover it up a little bit. You can see we've got all these little bits here. We'll just drop some of them on. Bit more glue. Try not to use too much glue though. Some nice small bits in there. And of course anything that you don't want afterwards you can just pull off. There we go. It might still look like a bit of random bush or shrubbery at the minute, but don't worry, once it's painted we're going to undercoat it black, completely black to begin with. Then we're going to give it a quick like xenofold highlight basically with the white or grey, which will give us, if I show you this one, it's going to give us that smoky effect but still with some of the black showing through. And then we're just going to put on some thin coats of yellow, and then orange, and some red, and then some darker red.